still playing with your little website? Dad's mocking voice cut across the Thanksgiving dinner table. What was it called again? Something about digital marketing. Nexus Digital Solutions, I said quietly, cutting into my turkey. And we're doing quite well, actually. My sister Jennifer snickered behind her wine glass. Oh yes, your company. Remind me again how many employees you have in your, what do you call it? Home office. You mean her bedroom, Mom chimed in with fake concern. Darling, when are you going to get a real job? Jennifer's company just went public. Madison Technologies is worth billions now. Ah yes, Madison Technologies. The family pride and joy, built by my father over 30 years and now run by my perfect sister. They'd gone public 6 months ago, making the family instant billionaires, a fact they never tired of mentioning. We work remotely, I explained for the 100th time. Our team is distributed across. Distributed. Dad scoffed. You mean you can't afford real office space? Meanwhile, Jennifer just opened Madison's new headquarters downtown. 50 floors of prime real estate. I took a sip of water, thinking about the emails I'd received that morning. About the quiet acquisitions my company had been making. About the plans that would unfold in exactly 1 week at Madison Technologies' first shareholders meeting. How many users does your little website have now, Angela? Jennifer asked with feigned interest. Must be dozens by now. If only they knew. Nexus Digital Solutions wasn't just a website. It was the fastest-growing digital ecosystem in the world. While Madison Technologies built clunky enterprise software, we'd been quietly revolutionizing how businesses operated online. We're doing fine, I said simply. Actually, we just closed a major deal. Speaking of deals, Dad interrupted, turning to Jennifer. Tell everyone about Madison's new government contract. Jennifer preened. The Department of Defense is implementing our security protocols across all their systems. It's a $5 billion deal. Tao, that's real business, Mom beamed. Not like some little internet company. I checked my phone under the table. Another email from my CFO. Shell Company Beta has acquired another 2% of Madison Technologies stock. We now control 48% through various entities. Ready for next week. You know what your problem is, Angela? Dad leaned back, swirling his expensive bourbon. You never understood scale. Real technology companies need infrastructure, offices, thousands of employees. You can't build a serious business from behind a laptop. Oh, the irony. While they'd been focused on their traditional tech model, I'd built a company that operated entirely in the cloud. No fancy offices needed. No expensive overhead. Just pure digital efficiency. Maybe you could get a job at Madison, Mom suggested brightly. I'm sure Jennifer could find something appropriate for your skills. Jennifer nodded magnanimously. We always need people in customer support, though you'd have to learn our systems. I appreciate the offer, I said, fighting back a smile. But I'm pretty busy with Nexus. Busy with what? Dad demanded. What could possibly keep you so occupied with that little website? I thought about the acquisition papers sitting in my briefcase. About the shareholders meeting next week. About the look that would be on their faces when they realized what I'd built. Just business things, I said vaguely. Actually, I should go. I have some calls to make. Calls? Jennifer laughed. With your imaginary employees? I stood up, gathering my things. Something like that. Oh, and Jennifer? Good luck at the shareholders meeting next week. I hear it's going to be interesting. You've never shown any interest in Madison before, she said suspiciously. Let's just say I've developed a new appreciation for family businesses. I headed for the door, then turned back. By the way, how much of Madison Technologies stock did the family retain after the IPO? 30%, Dad said proudly. Largest single ownership block. Fascinating, I smiled. You might want to check those numbers again. Their confused expressions followed me out. They had no idea that while they'd been mocking my little website, I'd been systematically buying up Madison Technologies stock through a network of shell companies. In my car, a deliberately modest Honda Civic that had made them snicker countless times, I checked the latest figures. Nexus Digital Solutions, through various entities, now controlled nearly half of Madison Technologies shares. By next week's meeting, we'd have a clear majority. My phone buzzed, a text from my CTO. Everything's in place. The board won't know what hit them. Perfect, I replied. Time to show my family what a little website can do. I drove past Madison Technologies' gleaming new headquarters, Jennifer's pride and joy. Soon it would be just another asset in Nexus Digital's portfolio. Still playing with your little website? Dad's words echoed in my mind. Oh Dad, I thought you have no idea what I'm playing with. The week leading up to Madison Technologies' shareholders meeting passed in a blur of calculated moves. While my family prepared their triumphant presentations about the company's unprecedented growth, my team executed the final phases of our takeover plan. By Thursday, we controlled 52% of Madison's stock. My parents and Jennifer still hadn't noticed the pattern of acquisitions, too busy planning the post-meeting celebration at the Four Seasons. Miss Blake. My assistant's voice came through my laptop as I worked from my bedroom office. Actually, the entire top floor of a converted warehouse in Seattle's tech district. The last pieces are in place. Nexus Digital's market value just surpassed Madison Technologies by 300%. I smiled, thinking of Jennifer's $5 billion government contract. Nexus had signed a $10 billion deal with the European Union last month, but we'd kept it quiet. Strategic silence had become our greatest weapon. The morning of the shareholders' meeting, I dressed with deliberate care, a perfectly tailored Armani suit in charcoal gray, subtle but expensive jewelry, and the watch Dad had mockingly given me last Christmas, so you can keep track of your website visitors. My real office, hidden behind sophisticated security systems and unmarked doors, hummed with activity. Hundreds of employees, all working remotely but connected through our proprietary platforms, prepared for the day's events. They've arrived at Madison headquarters, my head of security reported. Your father just gave an interview about family legacy to CNBC. I watched the clip on my phone during the ride downtown. Dad stood proud in front of Madison's logo, talking about how he'd built the company from nothing, how Jennifer was carrying on his vision of traditional tech values. Some companies think they can operate without infrastructure, he said, clearly referencing my little website. But real technology needs real presence. The irony was delicious. At exactly 9:45 a.m., I walked into Madison Technologies' lobby. The security guard did a double take. He was used to seeing me hustled out by Jennifer's assistants whenever I tried to visit. I'm here for the shareholders' meeting, I said pleasantly, handing him my credentials. His eyes widened as he read the documentation. Miss Blake. I didn't realize. Please, let me escort you to the main conference room. The room was packed with shareholders, board members, and financial press. Jennifer stood at the podium, looking immaculate in designer business wear, practicing her speech about Madison's bright future. Dad and Mom sat in the front row, beaming with pride. None of them noticed me taking my seat at the back. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer began at exactly 10 a.m. Welcome to Madison Technologies' first annual shareholders meeting. As CEO, I'm proud to report unprecedented growth. I let her continue for exactly 5 minutes before making my move. Standing up, I cleared my throat loudly. Excuse me, Miss Blake, I said formally. Before we continue, I believe we need to address the matter of voting rights. Jennifer faltered. I'm sorry, who? Angela. Dad stood up, face reddening. What are you doing here? This is a private meeting for serious investors. Oh, I'm very serious, I smiled, nodding to my team who had quietly entered the room. As the majority shareholder of Madison Technologies, I think we need to discuss some changes. The room erupted in whispers. Jennifer gripped the podium. Majority shareholder? That's impossible. Our family controls 30%. 28% actually, I corrected as my team distributed documents to the board members. You should really track your stock movements more carefully. Through various entities, Nexus Digital Solutions now controls 52% of Madison Technologies shares. Mom's perfect makeup cracked as she processed my words. Nexus Digital, your little website? Would you like to see our market valuation? I walked to the podium, gently moving Jennifer aside. Sarah, please show them. The screens around the room lit up with Nexus Digital's financial data. Our global reach. Our revolutionary platforms. Our market cap that dwarfed Madison's. This is a joke, Dad sputtered. You can't. With a website. A website. I laughed softly. Dad, Nexus Digital Solutions powers half the world's e-commerce. Our cloud infrastructure handles more data than Amazon and Google combined. While you were building fancy offices, I was building the future. Jennifer sank into a chair, her speech papers scattered across the floor. But the government contract. You mean the DoD deal? I pulled up another screen. Interesting timing. The Pentagon just announced they're transitioning all systems to Nexus Digital's quantum encrypted platforms. Effective immediately. The next hour was a masterclass in corporate dismantling. I methodically walked the shareholders through Madison Technologies' weaknesses: outdated infrastructure, bloated overhead, and most damaging, their complete failure to understand the digital revolution. As you can see, I continued, pulling up comparative charts. While Madison spent billions on physical offices and traditional software, Nexus Digital invested in cloud architecture and artificial intelligence. Our operational costs are 1/10 of Madison's, with revenue 40 times higher. Dad tried to interrupt multiple times, his face cycling through shades of red I didn't know existed. Jennifer sat in stunned silence, her perfect composure completely shattered. Mom had given up all pretense of dignity and was openly crying. Let's discuss the terms of acquisition, I said, nodding to my team to distribute the final documents. Nexus Digital Solutions will absorb Madison Technologies completely. All physical assets will be liquidated, including this rather expensive headquarters. You can't, Jennifer finally found her voice. This building, it's our legacy. Legacy? I turned to her. Let's talk about legacy. Remember when I tried to show you my cloud computing platform 5 years ago? You said, and I quote, "Real tech companies need real offices." She flinched. Or how about last Christmas, Dad? I continued. When I attempted to explain our AI innovations and you said I was playing with computers while Jennifer built an empire? The board members were now openly staring at my family, some with barely concealed disdain. The numbers don't lie. I projected Madison's real financial status. Your empire is running at 40% efficiency. Your software is 3 generations behind. Your cloud integration is practically non-existent. The only thing keeping your stock price up was the family name, and now that belongs to me. Please, Mom stood up, attempting to salvage something. We're still family. Family. I laughed. Was I family when you mocked my work? When you belittled my achievements? When you treated me like a failure because I didn't want a corner office and 1,000 employees? Sarah appeared with another update. Madison's stock is falling sharply. The market's responding to news of the acquisition. Of course it is, I smiled. Because smart investors know that Nexus Digital represents the future while Madison, well, let's just say the market understands obsolescence when it sees it. Jennifer suddenly straightened, a desperate gleam in her eye. The government contract. They won't allow a takeover while we're implementing critical security systems. Interesting point, I conceded. Sarah, please show them the Pentagon's press release. The one that went live 2 minutes ago. The screens filled with breaking news. Department of Defense terminates Madison Technologies contract. Transitions to Nexus Digital Solutions advanced security platforms. You see, I explained to the shocked shareholders, while Madison was building traditional firewalls, Nexus developed quantum encryption. While you were installing servers, we were creating neural networks. The dude didn't just allow this takeover, they encouraged it. Dad finally exploded. This is ridiculous. You and your invisible company, your imaginary employees. Imaginary. I pressed a button, and the screens filled with live feeds of Nexus Digital's global operations. Thousands of employees working remotely across every time zone. Development teams collaborating in virtual spaces. AI systems processing data at unimaginable speeds. Welcome to the future, Dad. No corner offices needed. The shareholders' vote was a formality. Within an hour, Madison Technologies effectively ceased to exist as an independent entity. Jennifer was removed as CEO, effective immediately. The board was dissolved. Security will escort you to your offices, I informed my family. You have 1 hour to collect personal belongings. Everything else now belongs to Nexus Digital. 1 hour. Jennifer protested. But my files, my contacts. Are obsolete, I finished. Just like your business model. As they were led away, Dad turned back one last time. How long? He demanded. How long have you been planning this? Remember when you laughed at my little website 5 years ago? I smiled. That's when I decided to show you what real technology looks like. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of change. Madison's expensive offices were sold off. Their clunky software was phased out. Their thousands of local employees were offered the chance to join Nexus Digital's remote workforce, after extensive retraining in modern technologies. 1 month after the takeover, I sat in my real office, a sophisticated command center hidden in that converted warehouse. The walls displayed real-time data from our global operations. No fancy furniture, no impressive views, just pure digital efficiency. My phone buzzed with a news alert. Madison Technologies disappears into the cloud. How a little website swallowed a tech giant. Another message popped up from Jennifer. I understand now. What you built. It's incredible. I should have seen it. Then from Dad, you were right. About everything. The future isn't in buildings and boardrooms. It's in what you created. Finally from Mom, we were wrong. So wrong. Your little website changed the world while we were too blind to see it. I didn't respond to any of them. Instead, I focused on the screens showing Nexus Digital's next evolution, quantum computing platforms that would make even our current technology seem primitive. Sarah appeared with the latest reports. The integration is complete. Madison's systems have been fully absorbed into our cloud architecture. And, she smiled, your family's been trying to buy Nexus Digital stock through various brokers. Of course they have, I laughed. Too bad we're not publicly traded. Some things you can't buy your way into. That evening, as I prepared to leave, I passed the old Madison Technologies sign being removed from their former headquarters. In its place, a simple digital display showed our company logo, no fancy lettering, no expensive design, just the pure efficiency that had made us a global power. Still playing with your little website? Dad's old mocking words echoed in my mind. I smiled, thinking of the future we were building, a future where physical offices were obsolete, where digital innovation ruled, where success wasn't measured in corner offices and expensive furniture. No, Dad, I whispered to myself. I'm not playing anymore. I'm revolutionizing.